All right, so on June 30th, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm David Bronstein, king of late night TV. Let me put my glasses in. I only need glasses to see. On June 30th, I get a call from the bank. And the bank says, Dave, somebody took your card, they got your card, they figured out your card. Somehow they got the card number. They didn't get my card, I have my bank card, but they got the card number. And I saw a show in 2021 that people put their card in bank machines, Interact machines, debit machines, and somehow these robbers take the actual machine, they replace it with another machine, they grab your number, they grab your account, they grab the information, and somehow they take all the money out of your account, whatever the bullshit is. So the bank called me on June 30th. Dave, somebody got that number of yours, and we put a freeze on the card, and you can't use the card. Go to the bank to get a new card. We have the highest security, the best security, the CIA of security, FBI of security. We got all the greatest, you can't imagine the security we got, and we figured out that somebody got your number, and we put a freeze right away so nobody takes your money, and I want you to go to the bank tomorrow to get a new card. That's it. So Andrew's, I can't believe this. How did the bank know this? How did they? So Andrea calls. Now, they were talking about my business account. So Andrea also has a card for my business account. So Andrea called. They said, yes, your card too. They got that number too. They got David's number, your number, because I had two separate numbers on the two business account card numbers. So go to the bank. Forget about those cards. They're no good anymore. We froze them. They're frozen. They're like Mr. Freeze. They're the coldest are like in Antarctica. We threw them to the North Pole. They're freezing right now. So they're like the penguins. Everybody's frozen. So go to like Michael Jackson probably is. Anyway, so that's not nice. So anyway, so like what they say that what's his name? Walt Disney is in that frozen chamber also. So you get to the bank tomorrow and get a new card. Great. Well, just so happens in Canada, there's something called Canada Day. Don't ask me what it is. I've only lived here 20 years. I still can't figure out this crazy country. Even though the country's been very good to me, can't figure it out. So on June 1st, it's Canada Day. Everything's closed. It must be like July 4th for us. Canada, I don't know why. They do everything the Americans do. So I couldn't go to the bank on July 1st. The bank called me on June 30th, and to get to the bank and get a new card, we froze the card. I said, great. I went on July 1st. Can't do it. The next day, closed. I said, all right, I'll go on July 2nd. So I go on July 2nd. Andrea goes. She gets her new card first thing in the morning. Very good. And then later in the day, I go to get my new card. I'd like to have a new card. All right. Well, I see somebody got the number of your card, so give me your old card. So I give the teller my old card, my old bank card. He takes it, and he freezes it, whatever he does. And he gives me a new card. On the new card is a little chip on the front. No one could, the highest security, you can't believe it. Now, whatever security you had before, now you have more security on this new card. It's a chip, and everyone's chipping on the card. It's the biggest chip you ever saw. I got a chip. So anyway, I got lots of chips. So now, the chips on the card, no one can get to this card ever. Wonderful. On July 3rd, I go to the bank. And I make a deposit of about $10,000 on July 3rd. And the teller says, oh, let's see here. Oh, it looks like here you mistakenly put $800 in the bank machine, and you forgot to put it in because it says empty envelope, and the bank took it out. I said, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything with the bank. I didn't put any money in the bank. I never put money in the bank machine. I barely even know how to take money out of the bank machine, let alone putting money in the bank machine. I don't do anything online or anything on the computer. I don't know how to work my cell phone. The phone rings, I push a whole bunch of buttons, and I say, hello, because I don't know how that works, let alone putting money or envelopes in the bank machine. I don't know anything how to do that. So it says right here, I look on the printout, it gave me a printout, it says that on July 1st, $800 was deposited in the bank machine into my account. Then $780 was taken out of the bank machine on the same day on July 1st. And then on July 2nd, when the banks opened up, they realized there was an empty envelope that was put in. So somebody, because they had my card number, went to the bank machine, and however they copied, they put it on the card, whatever they did, they put it in the bank machine and put an empty envelope in the bank machine and entered it. I'm putting in $800. So the bank thought that I was making a deposit of $800 to the bank machine with an empty envelope, and so they credited my account, and then whoever did it took out actual cash, $780 out of the account, which left a minus in the account because this particular business account that I have, I only use to transfer funds, U.S. funds to Canadian when I need Canadian funds to write out checks and all that stuff. So there was always a debit or $2 or $5, $10, hardly any money in there, so they couldn't get any money out of it. So the strange thing is, if there was no money in there, and with service charges on July 1st, There wasn't 800 Canadian dollars to get out of that account because all the money, my business money is all in the U.S. So they couldn't take the 800 out of that account. So whoever it was put an empty envelope in the bank machine on July 1st of $800, took out $780. So the next day on July 3rd, the bank system said, oh, look at this. Somebody put in with this card number an empty envelope of $800 and then took out $780, but there wasn't even that in the account, so we're just going to debit David's account of $800. So when I put in $10,000 on July 3rd, the bank said, well, you owe us $800, we'll just take it out. So I said to the teller, how could this happen? Well, it looks like there's fraud here. I said, how could there be fraud? When did this happen? Well, it happened on July 1st. I said, well, the bank called me on June 30th. So the bank already knew on June 30th there was something going down. They froze all my cards. If the bank already knew on June 30th, how could they allow this fraudulent transaction occur on July 1st on my account and take out $800 that I didn't even have in the account, $800? How can they give me money? They don't give me money that I don't have. If I went to the bank today and I had $2 in, I said, give me $800. They say, sure, here it is. How can they give it? They give me $800 of my money that I don't have in my account to the robber, and to me, who actually owns the account, won't give me shit. So he says, well, you better get to the bank and tell them. So I go back to my bank that I gave the old card in. And I said, I had something fraudulent going on my account. Oh, you got to sit over there. You got to go over there. You got to talk to her, him, her. So I sit down there. I said, I'm David Bronstein. They all know me from television. They all know who I am. I said, there's a fraudulent activity in my account. I just put in $10,000, and the bank took out $800 because, as per the statement, it said that on July 1st, somebody put an empty envelope in the bank machine for $800 and then took out $780, all in $800, and then the bank just deducted $800 from me, and it's not even my money. I didn't even do it. It had nothing to do with me. So I'd like the $800 back. Well, we can't. What do you mean we can't give it back to you? We have to investigate it. We have to set up an investigation. Would you like to be investigated? You want to investigate this account? I said, I want to ask you a question. You're telling me as of July 3rd, Friday, there is no investigation of my account? So, no, how would we know there's no investigation? You got to tell us you want an investigation. I said, but the bank called me on June 30th. The bank called me on June 30th telling me somebody had my access number and the bank put a freeze on my card. Why didn't they start investigating on June 30th? Why? It's 1:30 now on July 3rd and there's no investigation? No, you got to tell us you want an investigation. Do you want us to have an investigation? I said, yes. I'd like to have it an investigation. Would you please put an investigation in my account? All right. We're going to do an investigation and we'll know something in 10 days. Thank you very much. I said, wait a minute. What do you mean, thank you very much? I'm out $800. Well, we can't help that. We don't know what we don't know what happened with the $800. We can't figure out. We have to investigate. We have to investigate the $800. We'll let you know in 10 days. Goodbye. I know that. I just put in $10,000. But why did the robber get to walk away with $800, my $800, and I got nothing? I said, make a phone. Who do I have to talk to? I said, I understand you can only do what you can do. So who do I have to talk to? I want to talk to the ombudsman. What kind of name is that, ombudsman? The guy that runs your complaint to. Why isn't it called the complainer, like me? Why isn't it called the complaint department, whoever the hell you complain to? Ombudsman. I can't even say it. My dentures are falling out. Ombudsman. What the hell is ombudsman? I don't know how that means. So I said, give me the number of the ombudsman, and then everyone's coming over. Let's Mr. Bronstein, we're going to take care of this. We're going to make a phone call. We're going to check it out. We're going to figure it out. Now, first she says to me, what are the last 3 digits of your old bank card? I said, how the hell would I know? I gave the old bank card to the teller on June 2nd, the day the bank opened up after the Canada Day. He has the old bank card. I said, I don't know what the number is of the old bank card. I said, why don't you ask the robber? He knows what it is. I said, how come he knows what it is and you don't know what it is? How come you're asking me what the bank card number is and you don't know it, but the robber knows it? Go give him a call and get my $800 back at the same time. He'll give you the number and maybe the $800. She's asking me for the number of my bank card and she doesn't know, but the robber knows. Do you understand this? I don't know the number. I said, well, she'll have to figure it out. So she's typing, calculating, got to find the old. How come she can't figure it out, but the robber figured it out like that? He took out $800. I said, I just want my $800 back. It's not right. It's not. I said, if you didn't know about it, and I didn't know about it, it just so happens I went to the bank and I deposited $10,000. I get a printout. I said, oh, look at this. I don't know what this is. Then I can understand you have to do the investigation. You have to take 10 days. But the fact that the bank knew about it and told me about it before this transaction actually occurred, the $800,